Am I the asshole for telling my husband that I will divorce him if he does not agree to get a fertility test? My husband and I have been married for a year now. Everything seemed totally fine until about our 3rd month into marriage when he decided to wake me up out of absolutely nowhere and tell me that he really wanted us to adopt a child. I was shocked. It felt so sudden, just coming out of nowhere, so I asked him why, and he said he didn't want to deal with the stress of childbirth and the pregnancy. I was confused, obviously, but I calmly told him, I am the one that's going to carry the baby. I just need your support, and I will be totally fine with carrying a baby. But he didn't like that answer, and then we just left things there that night. Months later, he brought it up again, but this time he was more insistent and kept giving me the same response or the same answer that he gave me the first time we talked about it. I started to feel like things were off. He started to get more distant from me. He wasn't really talking. He wasn't loving as he was before. So obviously I knew things were changing because of that conversation. But anytime I tried to talk to him, the conversation kept just going back to the same thing about adopting a child. And then he decided to point out the fact that it's been 8 months and I haven't gotten pregnant. So I told him, why don't both of us go get checked, check our fertility, make sure everything's good. But he refused. So I went alone. I went to go get checked. My doctor said everything was perfectly fine, and I decided I wanted to take the test home to my husband so that maybe things could change. He barely looked at them. No support, no relief, no nothing. It was just a blank stare like he didn't even care. So I asked him again to please go get checked so that maybe things can keep moving forward as far as us trying to have a child, but again, he refused. He keeps saying that he just wants us to adopt. So at this point, I honestly feel like I'm just living with a stranger. He avoids emotional conversations, he barely talks to me, and the warmth in our home is just completely gone. So last week, I told my husband directly that I could not keep living like this, that if he was not going to go get checked and actually get on the same boat as me, then I wanted to file for a divorce. And then later that evening, his best friend shows up, they start conversating, and then he wants to talk to me, so he pulls me aside and tells me or asks me if I'm not being too unreasonable for what I'm asking from my husband. So am I the asshole for bringing this whole situation up, asking him to either get a fertility test or we get a divorce?